volume of a sphere. What is similar and different with the different formulas for volume? Well, we've been kind of concentrating on our volume of a cylinder. And this is our formula for a volume of a cylinder, pi r squared h. And since a sphere and a cylinder both have what we would consider a base of a circle, the idea of a circle, that pi r squared, is going to be in there. So here's our circle, right? This is like kind of like our base times our height, isn't it? Okay, so what we're going to do is use this idea of base times height and apply that to a sphere. Now, there's a great video on YouTube which talks about the ratio of a sphere to a cylinder. You can check it out. It's a very short student-done video, and from that we're going to derive some information which we'll use here in a second, and it'll help us to see where the formula for the volume of a sphere comes from. So again, the base being a circle, so there's our pi r squared, and the height, which would be the diameter for a sphere, which would be twice the radius. Now if I put these two together, pi r squared times 2r, I would get 2 pi r cubed. That's where we're at so far. So by watching the video, if you'd watched it, you'll notice that the sphere displaces 2/3 of a cylinder. So basically we need 2/3 of the cylinder formula. So we need 2/3 of 2 pi r cubed. Now, if we put this together, we know that we can't cancel anything. We can then see that the formula for a sphere for the volume would be 4/3 pi r cubed. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one problem using this formula of 4/3 pi r cubed. So here we have a sphere, and this 6 millimeters is a radius because it only goes halfway. Let's remember our formula, V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. And what we're going to do is substitute 6 in place of the r. And we're going to do it 3 times. Now, when we're finding exact measurement, we want to make sure that we know that it's divisible by 3. And hopefully you notice that 6 times 6 times 6, because 3 does go into 6. But let's do it the long way. We know that 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. And if we multiply that times 4, we're going to get 864 pi. We'll divide that by 3. And our exact measurement then would be 288 pi. And since this is millimeters, it would be millimeters cubed. Now when we want to find the approximate, what we do instead is take that 288 and multiply it by 3.14. We do that, and we're going to get for our approximate measurement 904 and 32 hundredths millimeters cubed, because it is a 3-dimensional figure. If I was to take this and round it to the nearest tenth, this then would become 904.3 millimeters cubed. And remember, we're finding approximate volume here. This would be our exact volume, this would be approximate. So hopefully that helps you to understand where the formula for the volume of a sphere comes from and how to use the formula in order to find the volume of a sphere.